You know, now that we've been away from the show for so long, and it's been so long since we filmed it, it's kind of interesting to see what does stand out. And what I remembered right away was the mustache episode, where I think it was in the beginning.
Surreal.
Yeah, and even just like how we had to film with the green screen, and what were we doing? I was like eating bananas with monkeys or something. I can't remember. And then Miranda and I got in that fight about proportion, and
that was a very wild episode.
Yeah, it was just, there was just a lot of action, and it was fun having all the artists, you know, as it came down to just like a few, and it became more about
serious.
Yeah, more serious. It seemed, I don't know, so that stands out to me. I know what your favorite one is.
Okay.
Can I guess?
Sure.
It's the when we had teams and the collaboration one.
Yeah, that was a highlight for sure. We were incorporating art history, and we had to paint each other. So her team painted me, and my team painted her.
And we still have that giant painting of my face.
I don't know what we're gonna do with those paintings, but
what do we do with it?
Another highlight or thing that stood out to me now thinking back was just all those moments that we gave them GoPros in the forest.
Oh yeah.
And how they had to
forest GoPro.
They had to go
shots.
Run, and they had 10 minutes to find
look for baby animals.
Well, baby animals, and then they had to find a bouquet of flowers that we hid and made a map.
And John came back with mushrooms.
Yeah.
And he won.
So that was also super fun, and I'm hoping for this next season we get to do fun things like that.
We are here at Milan Art Studio, where artists are pushed to their limits until they realize that they're limitless. This is a place where one discovers their true voice, their artistic identity. These 11 artists have decided to pursue the honor of being named the next outstanding artist.
Hey, you guys! Perfect timing.
For the next 30 days, these 11 artists will be participating in 20 challenges that will put their artistic skills to the ultimate test.
We tried to fit the contestants and all their luggage, but turns out we couldn't even get all their luggage. So we're gonna call an Uber for them, and look at that. These artists don't pack light.
You know, we chose all these contestants for a reason, of course, and they're all amazing artists, and we've chosen them because they're so diverse in their attitudes, their capabilities.
Oh yeah, the party's arrived!
My name is Michael Koda. I am 22 years old, and I'm from New York.
My name's Roxanne Bryan. I'm from Queen Creek, Arizona, and I'm probably the oldest contestant here. I'm 68. And I'm a wife, a mother, a grandmother, and a great-grandmother.
You know, we love being around everyone. We know these people personally because we've met them through, you know, some of them through workshops that we have here on site, or the conference, also just through the school and art club. Like, some of these people have been through art club since the beginning, and we know how much they've enjoyed it, and so we reached out to them.
My full name? You want my middle name?
If you want. Your artist name. These artists will not only be competing against each other, but will be living together under one roof.
I'm Alana Anderson. I am 39 years old and I am from Australia originally, but I'm living in California.
My name is Barbara Gomez and I'm from Arizona and I'm 60 years old this year.
Their patience will be tested, their art will be judged, and their boundaries will be broken. All of them must learn to adapt to the fast-paced challenges that await them.
Look at what cute chairs we have.
In the end, only one artist will remain to claim the $25,000 grand prize. The first supper, not the last.
I am Bree Bartz, and I am from Queen Creek, Arizona. Yeah.
It was a combination of how they would handle challenges, enjoy a good competition.
Their attitude's major.
Yeah, major. And I don't know, artists are just so cool and they're so fun to get to know. And you can't choose somebody to be on the show because we live with them for a month.
That's another thing. We're thinking, okay, we're gonna live with them in our house for a whole month.
Yes.
They have to be fun to be around.
They have to be fun to be around and know how to play Catan.
Yeah.
I am from a lot of places. I moved a lot growing up. I did 10 grades and went to 10 schools, so that's perspective.
Name, age, where I'm from. Yep. Okay. Hello. My name is Christina Shear. I am 28. And where I'm from is always a tricky question for me to answer.
This season, there are 2 different types of challenges every episode. There is a main challenge and a mini challenge. In each main challenge, they will be scored in 5 different categories: sellability, attitude, theme, uniqueness, and skills. And each of these categories will total to 100 points. The artist with the least amount of points at the end of each main challenge will be eliminated.
There are some things coming up that obviously we can't talk about.
So many secrets.
I know. It is
so
hard to live with these people with all the secrets. I don't do well with that.
They come up to us and they ask us things.
They keep asking us things, and I just say, I don't know. Ask Jake. I don't know. To talk to somebody else. I'm not here. I don't know. I'm not hearing you. I don't know. And I hide in my room a lot. I don't know. It's so. I get so nervous.
Now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you're good to go.
Sorry. Okay. I'm Sawyer Guthrie, and I'm 22 years old, and I'm from Alabama.
Even if an artist is eliminated, it's not the end of their journey. Throughout the season, the artist will compete in mini challenges in every episode. Every artist, regardless of whether they're eliminated or still in the competition, will receive a score in the mini challenges. The points that they get will be cumulative. At the end of the season, there will be a redemption challenge. The artist with the most mini challenge points will get back into the show for the finale and compete for the $25,000 grand prize.
There's a couple episodes coming up very shortly that are going to be really fun and funny.
Really hard.
Like on the Alpha Mastery program, I was able to find my voice and take my art into a fine art direction. And this was a really life-changing moment because I always was an artist, but I was doing all kinds of stuff like illustration and web design, graphic design, and all kinds of stuff.
My name is Esther Franchuk, and I'm originally from Ukraine. What else was I supposed to say?
That was it.
I know it's kind of sick, but I am very much looking forward to seeing how these artists are gonna wig out and freak out. Like Esther. It's gonna be really funny listening to Esther and her reactions to some of the things that are coming.
Esther is definitely a wild card. She's a loose cannon.
She's the new John.
I'm Asia DeVore. I'm 34 years old and I'm from Arizona.
My name is Isaac Castellanos. I am 17 years old and I'm from Queen Creek, Arizona.
So something I'm really looking forward to for this season is some of the special guest appearances that we're gonna have. And it may or may not include handcuffs.
My name is Andrea Chamutolo. I am 30 years old and I am from Long Island, New York. I kind of always knew in the back of my head that I wanted to be an artist, but my family was very conventional about going to school and going to college and getting a degree in something and making something of yourself in this world in that way. And I always knew that my path wasn't going to be that.
Honestly, I didn't know that I wanted to become an artist, so there wasn't necessarily a point when I wanted to become an artist. It was something where I wanted to find myself.
I started out painting a lot of like Marvel superheroes and comic book looking paintings, and I had a mother reach out to me who had recently adopted a set of siblings that were all African American, and for them she had me do paintings of superheroes that were all African American, and she wanted that so that her kids could kind of see that power and strength. And having adopted siblings, that's something that just was really felt really close to my heart. My family has grown to be 17 of us all together. So we have 8 boys and 7 girls, and then our mom and dad.
I really want to just grow as a person and as an artist, and I just felt in my gut like this was the opportunity, so I'm super excited.
I've been painting since I was 4 years old. My mom put me in art classes when I was 4. I've always had art in some aspect of my life.
When I was 5 years old, I told my teacher I'm going to grow up and be an artist someday. And that's what I had my dream the whole time. And so I went to art school and got a degree in painting, and then moved to Arizona, where I was working on a master's in painting. And while I was doing a master's, I was able to teach some classes and just fell in love with teaching.
I've always known I wanted to be an artist from a very early age, and knowing that I wanted to pursue this professionally as a painter, a fine artist, 12 months ago, pretty much.
This season, we're introducing the Lifeline. The Lifeline is the artist's opportunity to call Ellie or Dimitra to ask them to help them with their painting for 30 minutes in one of the main challenges. There may only be 2 lifelines used per main challenge. That's because there are only 2 mentors, Ellie Milan and Dimitra Milan. Each artist will only get the opportunity to call a lifeline once throughout the entire season.
I love being in rooms with other artists, and I learned how to paint when I was like 12. I went to oil painting classes, and it was me and a whole bunch of like 60-year-old Israeli women. And I just grew up in that sort of group space, and so I feel I really love painting with people, and I know that together, like, we're all just gonna lift each other up, and I feel so grateful and so excited to be a part of just a group of artists. I can't wait to see what unfolds.
I was studying marketing and just kind of not really sure where I wanted to go with my life, but once I found the program, then I solidified my style, and I was selling some paintings, and I was like, man, maybe there's something to this.
I love everything about being an artist, and so my art career basically came and started with the Milans about 10 years ago. So you're never too old. You're never too old.
What inspired me to become an artist was so many things. One of them was I just always wanted to be famous and great. And I was like 13 maybe when I was like trying to find all of this like professions or like occupation. I want to be like a writer or a painter or like someone who is like people looking up to. So that was my initial inspiration, I guess.
Well, I think I'm a pretty fast painter, at least in the beginning stages, and I really like to push boundaries with my art, so it might maybe have a unique edge to it, possibly. But there's a lot of really good artists here, so.
I feel like I'm able just to really zone out and put myself into my own bubble and my own world, and I feel that will be helpful in the competition because I won't be able to compare myself to what everybody else is doing.
At first, when I first found out, I thought that it was going to be 10 artists from the mastery program where I was at, graduated, ready to go, and then I found out I was going up against half of them were coaches who were coaching me during the mastery program. So when I found that out, I freaked out for like one day and then I pulled it together. But I'm actually really excited and that just makes it more competitive.
Because my process is quicker, I've done live painting before a little bit, but I create kind of fast. Like my backgrounds are usually really fast. I can cover the canvas and like, if you time me on like a 5-minute thing, like let's do this. I'd say fast live painting adaptability. I like to try to do well under pressure, and then, yeah.
I think the fact that I'm very excited to kind of discover new things about the way I can paint and things I can paint will be able to allow me to adapt maybe a little bit faster than some of the people that have their process very set in stone and know exactly like who they are as an artist and how they are doing everything.
I feel like we're all pretty much on an equal footing and equal playing ground here. And it all depends on what day you're on, how you're gonna do, and what your edge is that day. Maybe it's doing detail work, maybe it's being free and being abstract crazy. I mean, you know, whatever your day is.
I think my competitive edge is that I grew up in a way where I'm very flexible and I'm not really attached to a process fully. So I think my competitive edge is whatever you throw at me, I can kind of be like, okay, I'm not super attached to a way that has to be that way. I'm still pretty malleable, and for me, my mantra will be my limitations are my liberations, because that's all we don't know what you guys are gonna do.
I never fail. No, I mean, okay, I fail a lot, but my philosophy is like, don't be afraid to fail, like fail again, fail better each time. So failing is actually really good because if you don't fail, you don't build a habit of like getting back up and pushing through and like pursuing what is important for you, because if it's like too easy, it's not really builds a character and builds this like perseverance that you have to have if you want to do great things in your life.
I feel that for myself, my competitive edge is that I'm not afraid to make big, bold marks and just work super huge. So if there's a project that's bigger than me and I'm like 6 foot, I'm not the tallest guy, but I'm pretty tall. If there's paintings that are bigger than me, I'm able to tackle that. It just give me a big paintbrush and I'll just slam it down.
I am still finishing the mastery program, so I feel like I've come into this as one of the least experienced artists, and I think everybody's like really talented, and I think we're all going to be amazing supports for each other. Getting to know people here has been really cool.
After getting here and seeing who all was in the contest, I started to get a little nervous. This is not going to be a piece of cake. This is going to be a challenge.
Each of these artists is exceptional in their own right, but we will be pushing them to their limits to find where they can grow and help them realize their true potential and discover who the outstanding artist truly is.
The pressure's on.
Okay, so you guys are probably wondering what your first mini challenge is going to be, and this is super exciting. As you all know, the mini challenge is extremely important despite its name, mini. And you're probably also wondering why you're not wearing your overalls yet. And so there's a reason for that. So the mini challenge, their very first challenge, is going to be to paint your overalls so that throughout the whole season, you guys have your own distinct look. And so with this mini challenge, we really want you guys to focus on line quality, and we need you somewhere legibly on your overalls to write your name or paint your name. So your name should be on your overalls, you should paint it in an abstract way. And so we're gonna be judging you guys on how well you incorporate color, how well you guys incorporate line quality, and Dimitra, Ellie, and myself will be your judges for this mini challenge.
I didn't want to be in the show.
It just seemed really exciting because I watch a lot of kind of like cooking competition shows and things like that, and being an artist, it just felt really cool to watch something of that same style but with paintings, because I had thought for a long time that it would make a really great thing to watch, and it just inspired me a lot.
Well, I watched the last season and it was super cool, and I thought it would be so fun to do something like that and really push my skills to, like, you know, the max. But then when I was actually asked, I needed just a little bit to think about it, because it was like, wow, this could actually happen.
I just realized yesterday what I put myself into.
Who's excited?
So we're like painting all over the overalls?
Yeah, so you're gonna paint all over your overalls. I mean, you can paint as much or as little as you want, but treat it as if it's a painting, as if it's a work of art, because it will be. So I'm so excited to see what you guys create for your very first mini challenge. And I think it's gonna be really cool for you guys to get to wear your overalls.
Yeah.
So.
And how long?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys will have 1 hour to paint your overalls from start to finish. There'll be no breaks throughout the hour. And at the end of it, we will sound off a timer, and you guys will all have to put your brushes, your pens, your markers, whatever you're using down.
Okay. Pretty much just anything art related. Like I took tap, I did dance classes, gymnastics. I just kind of did like a little bit of everything. I wanted to try everything and be a part of anything creative.
So when I was called up and asked to be on the show, the first thing I could think of is I've been like binge watching all these competitions on cooking and on ceramics, and somebody's asking me to be in an art one. Oh, I jumped on it. And then I got here and went, oh, what have I done? So I'm excited, but a little terrified around the edges.
The main appeal to me to join the Outstanding Artist cast was I'm able to put myself in an extremely difficult situation where constantly going to be tested in different art styles and techniques, and I feel like this is just a great way for me to push myself to the next level. And personally, I've been feeling like I am going in a new direction with my art, so if I'm able to try all these different aspects and push myself in new ways, I just feel like that's the ultimate challenge for me, and I love being challenged and leveling up.
I want to see what comes out of me on the show, and I want to see the art that I create on the show and how I can push myself with different time limits and different expectations and all the different variety of things they're going to throw at us. I want to see the art that I make during that time.
Any other questions? Anything I missed?
Materials that we're going to use for this?
Anything you want. You know, I recommend you don't use oil paint because that's going to take a long time to dry. But if you feel like using oil paint, go ahead. So you'll be able to use acrylics, there'll be markers, you can even spray paint, you know, you can do stencils if you want. You can do pretty much anything you want, but don't forget to include line quality and color. Your name should be legible to anyone who's watching. This will be sort of like your identity for the show, so make sure you put your whole heart into it, and we can't wait to see what you guys create. Okay guys, are you ready to begin?
Yes!
Awesome. Okay, so as I said before, you guys have complete freedom. Here are your supplies, so there's more under the table, and your challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
I think we're both excited about some of the same things. Really anticipating what would they be like on camera. And honestly, we fall in love with most of our students, and you know, everybody's been a student, most of them have been mastery students, or we've spent a lot of time with them in Greece, on the Greece retreats.
I've always been held back by myself. I have had issues with self-confidence, like my whole life. Cameras terrify me.
I'm gonna grab our hair dryer because I know we have a hair dryer, so I'll grab that.
I grew up in a family of artists. My grandmother and my mother were both artists. My grandmother was an acrylic / watercolor painter, so she's still a professional watercolor painter, and she's like 93 years old. She still paints.
Thank you. I have one from Andrea. We just have to remember to put it back.
Okay. What led me to become an artist was always loving art from a young age. Creating was very natural for me, mostly drawing. But it wasn't actually until so many years later that I found Milan Art Institute, that I took the course just for fun, and I realized that like this could be an actual career.
We will be judging you guys on the front and the backs. I think I'm getting there. Oh yeah, great.
My whole life in acting, I've always put whatever myself is aside and tried to just be nothing and just not judge anything.
Looks like Christina is taking her time getting the right colors down. You know, it could help her or it could hurt. We'll see.
So through art has been the first time where I've felt like owning an identity and putting a period on what I believe and what I want to say. Yeah.
I love the energy, Michael. You are just throwing it out there. That's awesome. Totally obliterating them, turning them into your own creation. Yep.
What inspired me to become an artist was actually nothing. I was not inspired to become an artist, and I went through the mastery program. From there, it gave me the inspiration. It kind of sparked like what was possible, or revealed what was possible to me. So then from there, I just gained more self-belief as I kept painting and creating new works, and then they would sell here and there. And then by the end of the program, I'd sold around 28 paintings. And then I was like, let's make this happen.
What are you going for here, Esther?
I don't know.
You don't know yet?
Yeah, I changed my plan right now.
Okay, cool. All right, I'll let you keep going.
So I'm like, okay, if I go to this college, I'm escaping high school. So I can like quicker get to where I want to be on this creative track. So it was like really calculated decision, like not this, because like I don't see how I can move right now. Fine art was just like the doors that open up at that time, and I'm like, I will just go for it.
All right, guys, don't forget line quality and color. Line quality and color. And your names, of course.
Okay, I like the blue splatters, Michael. I like the blue splatters.
I know, I was telling Brian, I was like, oh, you might want to watch out.
I'm going to be working it into my design if that's possible.
I don't think I ever knew I was supposed to be an artist, and then I took my first art class with Ellie. I absolutely fell in love with oil paint. My art career, if you will. I couldn't even say the name artist. I couldn't even put I am an artist until I had been in the mastery program and I was ready to graduate, and Ellie kept after me saying, "What? Say it." And I was like, I'm an artist.
Yeah, I'm like trying to...
I just went to an information meeting for the mastery program and heard Ellie Milan speak about her experience being an artist and being able to affect people through that, and hearing just the impact that she was able to have on certain people's lives and the feeling that she was able to get back from that just sounded like an absolute dream to me.
I came from a family of high achievers, highly academic, and I've always been the creative one. I just love being hands-on. That led me into a career of graphic design. I've always loved the fine arts. I found the mastery program, and I didn't know if it was for me, but once I heard Ellie speak, it lit a fire inside me. And I realized that there was a lot more potential that I didn't know that was lying inside of me, and I just wanted to find my own voice. I wanted to know who I was as an artist.
One of the last things that my father told me before he passed was that he wished that I had done something with my artwork and he always told me how talented I was, and that I had a gift. And I decided to pursue the mastery after he passed, and I decided to just pursue art full force. And it really allowed me to just express myself on canvas and get all my emotions out.
Oh my God, see, that's emotional. I found myself through art, and then like during the mastery program is when I was like, okay, I can do this. Like, I was meant to be an artist.
Looks like I have old paint here, but we'll make it work. I like what you're doing, Esther. That's cool.
Thanks.
I know. How are you feeling right now, Sarah?
I'm feeling really good. I actually used to paint denim jackets for people, so I'm feeling pretty confident about that. Thanks.
Isaac, what's going on with you, man?
So right now I'm just doing this graphic that I designed for my name, kind of like a graffiti style writing. Just trying to like make sure I can fit all my letters in and everything. But I'm really excited for how I think it's gonna turn out. And the rest of them, I'm kind of just gonna freehand a lot of like kind of graffiti, graphic design type elements and designs. So I'm excited for the rest of the time.
I'm seeing some different strategies start to emerge. Very interesting. Some taking it slow, cautious, sort of more prepared. Some people taking it more in the moment.
And that's a battle. Like, okay, I'm 60, that's it. I missed it. And I don't want to believe I missed it. When I was in graduate school, man, I was gonna hit the world. I was gonna be in New York, or Chicago, and be in the art world. I'm not too late, and I even like kind of what I have to say now way better than I did back then.
The common thread throughout all the pieces is spray paint, except for Christina's.
I knew it would be a big challenge because being in front of cameras is it's hard for me. Just facing insecurities and stuff. So it's something that I've always avoided, and I've tried to hide in the background my whole life. So this was like, facing my fears head on.
I am starting out doing some abstract, and I am going to kind of just bring out the colors that I feel like are the creative, kind of passionate colors that are inside of me. So I really like fluorescence and vibrance, because that it's something that feels like it's the same of what's inside. So yeah.
Doing a sunflower because they make me happy.
Probably will.
My spray paint nozzle keeps getting clogged. So that's what I got going on. No, I am, if I can get this going, I'm gonna remove the tape soon. But that's about it. I don't know.
I'm just trying to build a lot of layers.
I'm surprised you didn't get that
on.
on.
What happens? This is intense.
I just spray painted my face.
Let me see.
No,
Bree,
you're
that's
good.
what I call immersing yourself in your art.
just feeling how each of the materials are reacting to the cloth. So it's kind of tricky because the paint does not stick to the jean cloth that we're working on. So I am just half experimenting, half have an idea in my head. So I'm just kind of going with it for now.
I kind of want my overalls to be a continuation of, I like to have a piece of art while I'm painting with me that's allowed to be bad, that kind of you just get your extra paint off of. So I kind of just want this to be that continuation of part of the process.
I might have got pretty far into it, but that's all okay. So I always like to make an impression. So we're going for impressionist water lilies. And we're just gonna go for water and lilies.
Trying to chill out.
So I'm painting a peacock. I really love peacocks and I paint them a lot. And I just felt that best would represent me because they're so colorful and they're kind of sparkly, and I love sparkles and gold. I was graduating the art academy, so I had like all these years of training, but I didn't have my voice, I didn't have my style, I didn't know what I'm gonna do with all of the skills. That's exactly how was the place that I was when I met Ellie. And it was ridiculous because she just came to Ukraine and she was doing this workshop and my friend invited me, and I was sitting there and listening to her speech about how artists are these great people who are changing the world, and it's the first thing that something another artist said that resonated with me, and I felt extremely connected to her message, and I said okay, maybe that's the way to go.
I've come to a point in my life, I'm 40 this year, and I'm tired of being held back by myself. I know that there's so much more I can offer, there's a lot more I can give, and my own doubts and self-confidence, it holds me back. And so I'm terrified being here, but this opportunity allows me to face that fear and smash it.
Who is starting to feel the pressure?
And I really just want to focus on competing with myself and only myself, and not being so concerned about what everybody else is doing, although there's a lot on the line.
It's white. That's kind of yellowy white?
I know.
Okay. I'm not certain that you ever really distinctly know your voice. I think what Ellie said yesterday about you're constantly sort of chasing that thing, there's always this little gap, and that gap is, at least in all artistry, something very beautiful and very cool that you can keep exploring and widening and expanding into that.
Keep in mind, guys, the points that you score from this first mini challenge may or may not save you later on. This could be your saving grace.
No pressure. Well, I don't know about an edge. I mean, I've never really thought about this competition as an edge, or what do I got that somebody else doesn't have, or that kind of thing. I guess, again, with the age thing, it's probably a little bit of maturity.
As far as an edge over certain other competitors is kind of the way I'm able to approach art, because I am kind of new at it and still discovering a lot of things about myself as an artist.
Is anybody missing music right about now?
Oh, yes. One of my competitive edges would be painting in silence, because I feel like a lot of the other competitors here, they need music to be initiated into the right brain. And I've always just enjoyed silence and just being present and fully immersed in the moment.
I've had 20 years experience in the design world, so composition is probably one of my strengths.
I'm trying to flick it and it's not coming off.
Some of you guys are doing really good.
Only some.
Only some.
Guys, we just got to the halfway point.
No!
No! Only 30 minutes remaining.
Stop it. And she whistles.
You see, you made Christina drop half an octave.
Christina, we're gonna have to do like an hour worth of voiceover work just in the studio of you with the whistling so that we can use it throughout the whole season.
Yeah, so that you can cut out the copyright whistling that
I'm nervous, but at the same time, I could paint fast. I have painted live in half an hour, and it didn't turn out so bad. So I really believe I can paint fast, come up with ideas. I've been doing it for a long time. I just hope the nerves stay at bay.
I love your splatter paint.
Thank you.
I like your guy down there. Is that you?
Not really, but also kind of, I guess. No.
It's representation.
What I'm gonna do is he's gonna have like, it's like a nice little stream of consciousness, like art guy. So he's gonna have a bunch of like thoughts kind of sprouting out of his head of like little designs.
Going up. I think that's really cool. You're doing great.
If I set my mind to something, I'm going to do it. So I feel like that gives me a pretty good advantage.
Yeah, the peacock is actually really taking shape super fast.
I really love color, and I think people connect with color a lot. And so hopefully I can use that to my advantage and paint with beautiful and expressive bright colors, and people will respond well to that.
I'm looking at a peacock I've already painted.
Most of my art, I do like 80 to 90 even percent in acrylic or mixed media. And so it's fast paced, it's drying fast. Like I don't have a lot of patience, I work at it. I tell myself I have patience to let things dry, but most of the time it takes me, like I have to go do a little dance or like move around to like let it just dry for a moment so I can make layers.
Jake, if we want to look at a source or something.
Yeah, you're free to. Any subject matter, any source material you want to look at, guys, you are free to do whatever. You have complete freedom. These are your overalls. It feels so good to see you guys all in here painting. I've been waiting for this for months.
In New York, I have a lot of different hobbies that I really enjoy doing, such as biking through the city. I just love the adrenaline rush and just riding through traffic. I also enjoy photography. I mean, the city is so amazing. Night photography when it rains, it's also extremely beautiful. And that's where I got a lot of my inspiration for my color palettes and different things.
I love to travel. I just went to Greece with the Milans on both trips because I love traveling and I love traveling with them, and I absolutely love the country of Greece. I'm also a coach and a mentor for Milan Art, and that's wonderful.
I really love music, and I'm actually starting a project with a friend of mine. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like this epic adventure soundtrack.
This hour is going by a lot faster than I anticipated.
Oh yeah, for sure.
How could I lose a Sharpie in 5 minutes?
Oh, in the pocket.
Are we allowed to take a picture of our things and share it?
No, sorry.
okay.
That's one of the things you can't do.
That's one of the things, okay.
That's gonna be the hard part, guys. Sorry.
That's all right.
You have good line of these. Whenever you're done.
Read my name.
Does anyone else all struggling with it being really wet.
It's on the ground.
It's not that guys and ladies, right? They don't imprint.
Oh, you guys are gonna be surprised. 15 minutes left.
No way.
You guys only have 15 minutes, so remember, this is what you will be wearing for the entire season.
Better look pretty.
This is your identity. That's fantastic. Variety of line and color. Both.
Stressing out over here.
Cool, Bree.
That was a good idea.
Yeah.
I am trying to see if this will stick on here at least a little bit, and I'm like feeling really rushed, and I am like panicking because an hour goes by kind of fast and you think that you are okay and then you're just not. And I don't know if any of this will stay.
I'm done.
Tell me about it.
I like eyes, as you can tell. I had a lot of runny mess, as you can tell. But I like the outcome. I will totally wear this, even outside of the show.
It just, oh wow.
5 minutes left.
Can you give us a 1 minute warning?
Yes.
Thank you.
Here,
I feel like with certain challenges that may come up and little twists that were given by the hosts and everything when it comes to doing the challenges.
3 minutes.
I'm very excited to broaden my horizons on what I paint in general, like my subject matter or how I'm painting things.
We're best buds over here.
120 seconds remaining.
That's it. Oh no.
What am I
Roxanne forgot her name. She's got 30 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. That's it. Time. Everybody put everything down. Hands up, nothing down. Hands in the air. All right, guys, you did such an amazing job. I'm really proud of you guys. This was your first taste of what it's like to paint under pressure and paint with such a intense time constraint. And so now we have Ellie and Dimitra here, and we are going to be going around and scoring your guys' paintings. Keep in mind, everyone, the scores that you get are incredibly important for if you get voted off the show. So I'm excited to see what Ellie and Dimitra think of all your guys' paintings. So in this mini challenge, the contestants had to paint their overalls, and what was explained to them is that they were supposed to really focus on variety of line and color.
So they were supposed to really hone in on the color and different variety of line in order to express themselves and what they feel like is their true selves. And also they had to include their name on the overalls. And so that was the parameters. They had 1 hour to finish it. And so that's what we're working with here. So you guys saw all of the overalls before that. Was that something that was like in your guys' minds when you were looking at it? Were you like, oh wow, the line, or oh wow, the color?
No, I got that they were supposed to put their name. That I kind of understood. And what it looked like to me is, I thought probably you told them that they should express their brand in their.
That's what I was guessing too.
Yeah, because I can see a lot of them. That's what it looks like. Is they painted their brand.
But then there's a few.
Like if they had a line of clothing, what would it look like?
Then there's a few that I was thinking, that is not what I expect that person to paint. So
Yeah.
it's kind of puzzling.
So yeah, basically with the subject matter, they had complete freedom. Some of them use a source, like Roxanne. She decided to actually take a picture of the overalls, make a source to go specifically on the overalls.
Wow.
She followed the source. I saw the source. She did it exactly like the source.
Wow.
And then there are others like Michael. I think Isaac. Actually, Isaac had some. Some planned out. Esther changed it literally in the middle of it. So there were a lot of people who had no source, no idea what they were going to do going into it. So yeah, very interesting, the different takes. So, but we have Michael's here and we have Barb Gomez is there.
Did they do front and back, or
yeah,
only
they
the
did front and back, and I told them that they would be judged on the front and the back. So,
Okay, cool.
So let's turn these over and see what they look like. Hopefully it's not too wet.
Oh, the back's pretty cool on that one.
So how you guys should score in this mini challenge is you'll give them a score out of 30 points. So, you shouldn't give them all 30 and they shouldn't all get 0. It's somewhere in between, and you want to score them based off of their variety of line and based off of the color and, just overall excellence and of course their name as well.
That one doesn't have a name.
Right here.
Didn't see it at all.
Yeah, but that's what I'm asking. Was it stressed that it should be very strong and evident?
Okay, so, it's hard because it's like, you guys were there when I explained it. I felt like I communicated that it has to be on the front and it should be front and center. Like actually these were my exact words. I said that you have to be able to see it from camera and it has to be obvious. You can do pretty much anything you want, but don't forget to include line quality and color. Your name should be legible to anyone who's watching. This will be sort of like your identity for the show, so make sure you put your whole heart into it.
Okay, it's not obvious.
Okay.
I actually didn't even see it till she pointed out.
Okay.
But hers was very obvious.
Well, yeah, it's not my favorite, but her name is front and center. And,
I just wish she left some of the flowers like more defined, like how it is on the strap.
on the strap.
Then I think it would be pretty cool.
I'm not in love with the green. I like the
color,
common.
yeah.
I like the common or the orange. It's like if you're going with the pink, maybe like blue
and more
or
reds,
teal or
I think.
something. Yeah, it kind of has conflicting. I really love Michael's. I think that just the boldness of it and the striking, quality of it, and it totally looks like his brand. I think he did a really good job. This might have been my top pick, except that he didn't put his name very strong. You wouldn't notice it at all from a distance. It took me a long time to actually see that he put his name on there. So, but other than that, I think he did fantastic.
Sawyer's, I think, is pretty cool, but I do wish her peacock had more details on it, and for the amount of time that she had. I'm gonna flip it over though. Yeah.
Well, also there's not really any line in it that much. There's just a few little brush strokes on it.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the line issue.
And the same with Michael's too.
No, I think his has a ton of line.
Really?
Yeah, all those drips and stuff, that's line.
Okay,
There's a lot of variety of line.
Confused on line.
Like Barb's to me
It's
doesn't
just
have that
variety.
much line.
This one doesn't either, though.
No, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
I think it looks really cool though. I would have liked to have seen more strength like over here,
Yeah,
like something
exactly.
bright
Like
to balance
if the
it
tail
out.
kind of like went over to the
Yeah,
side.
like it wrapped around.
That would be super
That would have
cool.
been very
Oh,
beautiful.
it kind of wraps around right there, but it doesn't
Yeah,
go,
yeah.
you know, so it's pretty cool.
Well, Isaac's has line and his name
Oh, the
is
back's
definitely
really cool.
front and center.
The back's really cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
I love this.
Yeah, that's really cool. I love the top part and how like you just designed it.
It is
like,
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish this was a little tighter.
Mm-hmm.
Like-
and this kind of feels like doodly, you know, but not in like the John kind
Yeah.
of like DJ Freezy J kind of doodly, but like more.
I like it though. It's like
No, I
his,
like
it's
this
like
part.
what's coming out of his head and
Yeah.
stuff.
I
No,
do
I
wish that
like
had
the
more
idea
detail,
of it.
though.
You just
Like-
wish it was more
Yeah.
more doodly or
Like, I don't know. It's.
I
like
think
it
it's
doesn't
pretty
have
cool.
like a certain character to it exactly.
Yeah. I like how he did his name.
But I think the feeling of the whole, his name looks really good, and the feeling of the whole, like, of it collectively,
Yeah.
it feels really good, and it looks really good.
So are you sure you told him about line? Because as I'm looking around, there doesn't.
You're gonna see the episode later, and you're
Okay.
gonna, I literally kept walking around and I said,
Yeah.
variety of line and color, variety of line and color, because I kept seeing this as I was walking around.
Yeah,
And I was
okay.
like, nobody's listening to me.
They're not listening. Yeah. Okay.
This
I
is
see.
very surprising for Esther, I think. I don't know. I like the back. That's
Let's
pretty
turn it
cool.
over. I want to see the back
think
because
the
I
back's
only saw the front basically the whole time. Felt like she worked on the front the whole time. Didn't work on the back.
I think the back is nice.
To me, I
Maybe
think it's
it
kind of
needs more
bland.
detail, like more lines, but the color, it's an interesting color combination. The front, I just don't really love the dinosaur starfish.
Well, it looks kind of little kid-ish rather than like art or something.
Yeah.
And I mean, she put her name. I do see some lines, but
Yeah, and I think she did her name really cool. Like out of everyone, I think maybe Isaac and her, I
Yeah, I
like how
like
they did their
Isaac's
names
better.
the most. And it's like really striking. Also, I think Breeze is cool too. But
We'll get there.
yeah, we'll get there.
oh, the back's cool. She has a whole
Let's
nother
see.
flower in the back.
Oh, let's see. Oh, cute. I like hers because you would definitely wear that.
Yeah.
It's like something you'd wear and doesn't look like it's just so coated in paint, but
Yeah, it's well done. There's a little bit of line for sure.
Yeah.
Color. Her name looks like an afterthought.
You know what's so funny is literally in the last 30 seconds, she's like, oh my gosh, I forgot my name. Put her name on it,
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Well. But I think she did a really good job. I mean, they're really cute and
Like in-
well done. Yeah, well done. Like.
Flying colors except the name.
I like Alana's, but
she has the name.
It's a
She
little
has
bit on the
some
muddy
line.
side. It's
Yeah,
like
a
up
little bit
Really?
muddy.
Yeah.
The pink isn't muddy, but the purple black
gray-
stuff
this-
is.
Yeah, like, and her name, I think she could have done better. Let's see the back.
Yeah, let's see the back. Here, let me just.
It also doesn't look like she spent a ton of time on it.
Yeah, I like the back.
Yeah, I kind of like the back more.
I do like the back more.
Hers feels like the most cohesive of an abstract to me so far of all the ones that we looked. Actually, well, Michael says too, for sure.
So I like Breeze a lot. I love how she did her name. I think her name is great. I love this area up here a ton. And I think she definitely has like little fine lines and bigger lines. I love that she did subtraction, you know, and she put tape for her name and peeled it off. So like had this like negative space quality to it. I think that's really cool. I wish that the lips were brighter. They're a little bit on the muddy
Oh,
side.
I didn't even see that was lips for a second. But now, because over here I didn't, but.
I think she actually listened to the directions probably the best.
Yeah,
and
I
she
agree.
has like an actual rainbow.
And I like
across.
how the sorry.
Ooh, this is cool.
Yeah.
And this brush stroke. I think she definitely followed directions, and it's very unique.
Yeah.
It's probably my favorite so far.
Yeah.
Asia's.
Asia's is cool. It looks just like her art. I guess I would have liked to have seen some thin line or something over here, like if she had dealt with that a little bit. And I don't see her name at all.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
She kind of signed it like it's a painting.
Yeah.
I think Michael did the same. Like, I think their thoughts were like, oh, I want to sign it like it's a painting, but
if you
it's not
told them that you
obvious.
want to be able to see it from the camera,
Exactly, yeah.
then they didn't listen to that.
Yeah.
Whereas Bree is like, you know,
you can't miss it.
Yeah, you can't miss that.
So there was definitely some kind of disconnect there. But I mean, it's really well done.
It's really artsy and cool.
Yeah.
And something we definitely want to wear.
Yeah, exactly.
I would wear it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I really do like Andrea's, and I think she followed directions and all the.
I don't see a ton of line though.
I do. I mean, there's tons
She
like
stacked up
this.
a ton of stencils too. So there's that.
It's kinda muddy, though.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
It's a
say. My
little bit
quibble is the
muddy.
color wise, it doesn't really have like a super, like the cohesiveness to it is kind of like a muddy, minty green.
Yeah. I do wish the eagle stood out more because
Yeah.
I know eagles are really important to her, and she paints a lot of them. But
how long did they have to do this?
1 hour.
See the back. Oh, I like the back.
Ooh, the back is way.
That is cool.
Yeah, that has like
Yeah,
a
that's way
line,
cooler.
and it seems like the less time they spent on it, the better it is. Because the backs of them on a lot of them are better,
Yeah, it's true.
and they probably spent more time on the front. Yeah, if the front was looking like the back as far as color, I think it might even be my favorite. But it did get muddy.
It's so tough to score these. You know, like, it's so tough. Okay, and Christina.
Very minimal.
Yeah.
Yeah, very minimal. She was the one person who actually didn't use spray paint at all. So that's interesting.
I like how where she put her name. That's definitely
Unique.
yeah. I just wish there was
And she
more
also
color.
put a C right there too.
Yeah, I just wish like something, there was like a focal point, there was like something that stood out, because it just feels like when you look at it, you don't know that's Christina. It doesn't like really show who she is, so.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Woohoo!
Yay!
I knew it.
I think that's a pretty good score.
I think so.
Barb, you're a 10 out of 10, babe.
Baby.
Yep. You got it.
So were these what you guys were expecting?
Yeah, I mean, I like how it looks, so I just painted something that I would wear, and it looks like they liked it too.
If it's out of 100, no. But if it's out of 20, I'm pretty happy.
Out of 30.
Oh, yeah, I'm not surprised.
Happy with that? Cool.
Sounds about right.
Sweet.
Any surprises?
I scored a little bit higher than I was expecting, actually, so that's nice.
No, I mean, I didn't get finished, so makes sense. It's okay.
Is it better or worse than you were expecting?
I didn't expect anything, so it's okay.
Yeah, I kind of neglected my line work till right at the last minute, so I didn't know what to expect, but I'm happy.
You're amazing.
Oh, wow. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Better or worse than you were expecting?
Better, and anything's better than a 0, so it's good, but it's better than.
Asia?
It's kind of what I was thinking, but I wasn't sure. No idea.
Next.
Mine was better than I thought. 'Cause I didn't really like how mine came out, so I'm satisfied. So
I don't know. I like how mine look, and I'm happy to wear them.
All right, let's get to today's challenge. So this is the very first main challenge of the season. Who's ready for it? So the theme of the challenge for this time is exploring new worlds. And so what that means is you guys will be painting on a circle that's on a square canvas, and you'll be painting just only within that circle, and you'll be painting an aerial view of a new world. So that's going to be quite a challenge. And as you guys already know, you haven't had time yet to prepare sources. So we have taken the liberty of writing out different subjects for you guys to paint in your challenge today. We have several buckets, one with the mood, one with a weather condition that you have to include, and there's another bucket that has a piece of paper on it that has an object, a setting, and a color palette that you'll have to include in your painting as well. So you want to combine both of the different pieces of paper that you draw or that you get out of the buckets, and you'll paint one painting that combines those two things. But you guys are allowed to use your phone, so you can create a source as you go throughout the challenge if you want. That's going to take up your time throughout the challenge. And you only have 4 hours to complete this challenge. And so you guys are starting it off with a very difficult challenge, but you can use any materials that you want in this challenge. So for sake of time, we're gonna have Ellie and Dimitra explain how to create mood within paintings.
Okay, so I'm gonna give you a couple tips on how you can create mood. So I think color is one of the ways that you can really create mood. You're given a color palette, but you know exactly what shade it is going to create that mood. A lot of times if you have a lot of neutrals and sort of grayed out versions of those colors with like a bright pop of a color, that could create a specific type of mood. If you're going for happy and light and bright, then you wouldn't necessarily need that, right? Then you would want your colors really happy, light, and bright, but you want to watch out for that rainbow and it being distasteful, right? Another way to create mood besides color is like light. So having light, moody light, it could be morning light, it could be evening light, you could make it nighttime. So think about what time of day is it, and what you can do with light.
And one more way to create mood is to just be really expressive in your color and do things that people don't normally, like we're not expecting. So if, for example, you're doing a landscape and we know grass is green, you could just be really imaginative with that and make it really feel like grass, so we know it's grass, but you do a completely different color, and that will also just drastically change the mood and really have your viewers, like, it will just be thought-provoking.
All right, Bree, you're up.
Go Bree.
Okay. Rivers and roads, earth tones, neutrals, eagle. Okay.
Earth tones for Bree.
I know, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Dreamy, after the rain. Those are not my, that's like Dimitra.
Mountains, red and green, and a buffalo.
thought-provoking and stormy.
No.
That'll be a challenge.
Are you sure we can't trade?
A thought-provoking buffalo.
Stormy for dreamy. You want to switch?
Asia?
I'm shaking. Okay, rolling hills, pink, green, yellow, goat.
Guys.
Yeah. Still shaking. In love, stormy.
You got great ones.
Andrea.
Waterfalls, orange and gold, giraffe.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
I like that.
This is my first time hearing these as well.
Overcoming rain and shine.
Very cool.
I like these a lot.
Those are
I
cool.
have a question.
Huh.
The gold is like.
How do the animals work from an aerial view?
That's a good question. Good luck.
Good luck. Good luck. Yeah, what is yours? A goat from aerial view.
Okay, mine is forest, gold and purple, and whatever the heck a Highland cow is. So.
One of those hairy ones from Scotland.
Scotland, cool. And for my mood, oh, romantic and rainfall. Cool.
Michael's up next.
I don't know which. We'll see. Farmland, golden purple, dragonfly. I like it. I like it. Peaceful, partly cloudy. Also kind of nice.
Very interesting for your style.
We'll see.
Are you just looking at your easel right now and thinking peaceful?
I think this one wants to be it. Okay. Flower fields, yellows, limited palette, woman. I'm happy with that.
That's very good.
Real happy with that.
Bree, you're like,
Yeah. Well, let's see. Okay. Powerful and passionate sunshine.
why can't I get powerful?
Yes. See, going first doesn't help, guys. It doesn't help.
All right, next is soccer.
Dang it, Aletta. I'm out here with the romantic cow.
Unroll the scroll. Okay. Desert, black and yellow, leopard. That'll be pretty cool. Okay.
Bree is so jealous.
I am. This is like.
Awestruck, rain and sunshine
Rain and sunshine.
in the desert. Okay.
Let's see, next is Esther. You can't look in, you can't look in, you gotta just grab one.
I smell.
Ocean and orange and vibe. That's perfect.
That's really good.
That's like
yeah.
you
Blue
right
and
there.
orange.
Seriously.
That's,
And an above
She
view of
sniffed
an
well.
ocean would be nice.
Edgy.
Huh?
Thunder and lightning.
Oh.
okay, the next is Christina.
All right. Okay. Earth, blues, limited palette, bumblebee. Nice.
Very cool.
Okay. And
joyful, partly cloudy.
That's very cool. Partly cloudy, limited palette, blues. Like it. And last but not least, Barb.
Show me something good. Yeah. Show me something good. Oh, beach, tasteful rainbow, and dancer. Woo. I would have wrote that myself.
Just when I thought it couldn't get better with esters.
Woo. All right, and now for the mood. Watch it be crazy. Energetic and cloudy.
Oh, you got man, you got a jet right there.
Okay, who is ready to get started with this challenge? So one more thing before your guys' challenge that you're really gonna need is the best of best high quality supplies if you want to be the outstanding artist. So a huge part of being an artist is just making sure that you always have the best supplies with you. And so we have taken the liberty of providing you guys with the best supplies. In these bags is a full set of the Milan art paints, which are the highest grade professional oil paint. And we also have a Fearless brush set and a Milan Mastery brush set. You guys can grab your bags.
It's been so hard to keep it to myself because like at every turn they're messaging me and saying,
I know.
Do airplanes allow me to take my oil paint? And I'm like,
yeah. Or they're here in the studio and they see the art supply store.
Yeah.
And all our new paint and brushes.
And they've tried to buy it. I know.
Yeah. And I'm like, just talk to Daphne about that, or we'll just, I don't know. You probably won't need it.
I keep saying that we're low on inventory. I'm like, we're really low on inventory,
That's a good one. I should have thought of that.
You know, we really need those for all our orders. So we'll get more in, you know, probably before you leave, and you'll be able to take them back with you.
That is
like
the perfect.
That's what I've been saying. They're taking time away from their families. Some of them are taking time off of, you know, work or their own painting schedules. I mean, it is a little bit of a sacrifice to come. It's a great opportunity, but they are, you know, paying a price to be here. And so I think the least we could do is like give them this like incredible gift.
You all have 2 hours to finish the first part of your painting, and then we will have a short lunch break, and then we'll come back and you guys will have 2 more hours until the very end of your painting. So, are you guys ready?
Yes.
Your very first main challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
What's so funny?
Oh, that's a good one. Woo! Yeah, oh yeah, it's real tasty.
Oh, what happened? Just taste the paint. Are you eating paint?
My paint was a little.
Are you allowed to use heat guns?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are we gonna be counted off if we like paint outside of our circle?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
But it should still be a circle though.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it's like, you know, pristine, like, okay, cool. Thank you.
I already lost.
This paint just means so much to me because, you know, we've been dreaming of doing this for so long, and the brushes, you know, you and I spent all those months like choosing and working on that project, and they get to have it.
The one brush that I would use, I'd need every time, is a filbert, which I've fallen in love with. And the larger the better. I can always turn it sideways to get those delicate marks, but I paint fast, I paint big and bold, so I need a nice big brush.
What are you doing there, Asia?
I'm just kind of making a sketch to see if my idea is going to work out for composition. Just some ideas. Oh my gosh. and only one size. Probably a medium-sized filbert.
Will you tell the world what paint tastes like?
It's not as yummy as the color would let you believe.
If I only had one paintbrush to use, I would use a filbert. Size-wise, it would probably wind up being a smaller size because I like to do detail.
You could do like your shadowing could all be done in purple.
Yeah, exactly.
And that would create like intense mood.
What I love the very most about this paint, I mean, the quality is amazing and the colors are so intense. But you know, whenever we're teaching the mastery program and we're teaching the warm, cool, and the color temperature, so many students get, are constantly emailing us and messaging us, is red burnt oxide, is that warm or cool? And we're always answering that, you know, no matter how many charts we send them and how much information we send. And at a glance, you don't have to label your paint anymore. At a glance, the label is so well done, I think, and it shows the exact temperature, whether it's transparent, it's opaque, you know, its exact properties. It even has a temperature gauge. I mean, truly the only paint on the market that even talks about color temperature on the tube of paint, much less a temperature gauge.
I am trying to Google some dreamy earth tone like roads and stuff. Give me a little inspiration since I don't normally paint this, but I am excited. It's in the Milan brush set, yeah. The one that I like the most, actually. It's kind of this like weird bunny tail like brush. It's a filbert, but it's kind of, I don't know exactly what it's called. It's just a little more like flatter, like a thumb. So you could get some really cool brush strokes and you could do dry brush with it.
This is a 1-point perspective of Dubai. And the beach is back here. And she's a dancer that is coming from the sky, looking down into that 1-point perspective. So I've got my dancer, my beach.
Wow. Well, you have the tasteful rainbow going on here with your...
Yes, I figured that's my color scheme. So I'll take that.
I like how yours specified tasteful.
I know.
Not only a rainbow, a
Okay.
tasteful rainbow. I really like the filbert brush and the Milan Mastery Program brushes. That actually, there's like 3 filbert brushes in that set, and the smaller one is honestly my favorite, and I just bought a second set of the Milan Mastery brushes so I could have another one. Just working on maybe some like acrylic glazes. I had black and yellow, so I'm of course gonna make this more dark and black, but right now I'm just trying to get in my mid-tones with my yellow color for the desert. I think these are kind of sand dunes.
Don't forget, everyone, that you will be judged on 5 different categories, each category totaling to 20 points. The 5 categories are attitude, theme, skills, sellability, and uniqueness.
They're okay. They're good. Still trying to be me, but with other colors.
Romantic. Some cows. My ideas, I feel like, are coming along pretty well. Like, I'm thinking, so this is gonna be like a road, kind of, and I want like a forest coming through. So I was thinking about my golden purple, and my idea so far is I'm gonna like try to aim for my forest for like fall colors. I have rainfall, so I'm like, if I do like a fall rain kind of thing, I think it'll help me like find that romantic vibe. Because I mean, most of my paintings usually don't have that like feeling behind them. Start to finish with only one brush. I think, if I'm correct, it is probably a size 10 bright brush. You can do a lot if you kind of know how to manipulate it. Because it is a square and it is a flat brush, you're able to get, I feel like, a lot of difference in marks, and you can also then get good like lining work and detail, but also cover a good area if you need to.
I am doing a aerial farmland, golden purple, it's pretty fun because a lot of the farmlands are just fun squares. So I'm just gonna, I have my transparents, my darks here first, and then I'm gonna go in with opaques after this.
Yeah. I would choose the chip brush because you can paint a whole entire painting extremely quickly while also keeping your brush strokes loose and accurate by twisting and changing the direction.
I'm just so excited for this to get out there and for all the students to use it and just see how, I think they're gonna be completely addicted to it. Like there's literally, like they're not gonna want any other paint once they start using it.
I know, it's like my waterfall is going the wrong way, but it's okay.
So dancers are my favorite thing to paint. So I am so excited that I got a dancer first thing out. I got this. I got lucky.
I have to do mountains, red and green, buffalo, and thought-provoking and stormy. So I thought I'd do the ground first, we'll get that down, we'll do the storm and the buffalo later. So I'm working on earth. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. I feel like you can maybe put an element in there, but try to keep it above, because I asked Jake that, he says he wants it more above.
Ooh, that's a good question. Which brush would it be? That depends on the painting. That's true, because I love doing large abstracts, and so I would say I have this like sort of stiff, wide Liquitex like brush, and I can do an abstract with that, and that would be great.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just do my first one.
I feel like ocean would be fun for this, for an aerial view.
Yeah, I think that's what Esther.
Yeah.
We picked out each brush individually, and each one has a purpose. They're all different sizes. There's some really good detail brushes, which are super important to have while oil painting. And I love how some of them are real fur brushes, so they just last a whole lot longer, but each one's really high quality.
It's really wet right now, so if I keep working on it, it's like certain things aren't working the way it normally would. So I was waiting for the heat gun, but Michael, are you done with the heat gun?
Okay. Sorry, I forgot.
No, you're good.
I'm gonna have like earthy tones underneath my, it says flower fields. So I'm trying to do like the earth tones underneath my flower fields first, and then I'm gonna try to get some detail. Yeah.
I'm guessing everybody's going to say Filbert because I know everybody loves Filberts.
I don't want to go overboard because I know it's limited palette, so I'm going to, with my limited palette, I'm going to try and mix cad yellow into most of my colors to try and keep it in the same family.
I like how clean like the strokes can be, and I'm working on being more deliberate with my strokes and not blending, and I find if it's like a brush that has any kind of blending quality, I'll just you know, fix up that.
I had black and yellow. I don't think that's there's not a lot of variety in black.
Black and yellow, you can make a lot.
Huh?
Black and yellow, you can make a lot.
Really?
Black and yellow, yeah.
I just feel like black is black.
Because if you mix your own blacks though, like you can get blacks leaning towards green, blacks leaning towards blue.
Yeah, I guess you're right. That's a good idea.
Also thinking about complements with yellow.
Yeah, I try to do purple under a little bit.
The mixed media brush set is called Milan Fearless, and I just love that name. But probably one of my favorite brushes in that set is the big kind of chip brush, but it's made with real oxtail, and it just lasts so long. And I actually use this for oil painting as well.
I'm liking it a lot. Yeah, I normally never paint like this, but it's good to switch it up.
mean, like, I was really worried about the word joyful and partly cloudy. I don't know, that really, like, joyful and partly.
Word joyful.
And partly, I was worried about it.
I'm just so excited for these artists to use them in their paintings, and now they're fully equipped. They're just ready, to be the outstanding artists.
I know, and I think about some of them that honestly, I can think right now of at least 4 or 5 of them that have not, actually invested in very good brushes. They sort of like use those kind of mediocre to low quality brushes, and they just haven't. I've seen their brushes and I felt their brushes, and I look at their brushes and I'm like, how do you live? How do you live? How do you live?
I feel the same way.
If I could use one brush, it'd probably be a medium-sized filbert brush, because I feel they have the most versatility. You can kind of get into detail with them, and you can also do really beautiful brush strokes and brush work with them as well. And they're great for glazing and for pretty much everything, very versatile.
I just think, for any artist watching this, you have to have the right brushes because it makes all the difference. It's like you'll start to love painting again.
Just realized it kind of looks like the Death Star.
I want to get into oils quick. Ooh, that looks cool. I like your swears too.
Yeah.
It's like taffy or something. Yeah, like like when you stitch
Like taffy, totally.
Yeah, and so I'm just asking everyone, if you could only use one brush, what would it be?
That's a lame question.
Hey Jake, what's our time?
You guys have 32 minutes left.
Dang.
Jeez. Okay. It's weird. I almost feel like I went fast and am behind all at the same time.
I like the colors.
Pink, green, and yellow.
Pink, green, and yellow.
This is my palette.
Kind of freaking out right now because I don't think my perspective is enough. Because I've seen so many people have like looking down.
Yeah, I asked Jake that, and he said to have it like from above, but
Yeah.
you can you can always adjust.
I don't mind moving things around. I just can't visualize the perspective. I don't know how to do that perspective. No, where I put my goat. Where my goat goes.
Oh, your goat.
Hi, Roxanne.
Hi.
So what did you get?
I got red and green, mountains, buffaloes.
That is very hard.
Thought-provoking and stormy.
Wow.
So my theory was start with the ground and work up. So kind of like working forward to back.
Okay, where are you going to put the mountain?
Well, I'm going to make, these are trees, so I'm going by Arizona mountains, like the plateaus where you fall off and everything.
Okay.
So I was going with those kinds of mountains, trying to get the red in.
Okay. That's actually pretty smart with like Sedona kind of red. Yeah. Okay.
That was what I would, and I'm thinking I'm going to have my buffalo.
And then the storm and stuff will just
I just will
do
put
later.
that later when this is dry.
Okay.
I thought it was a good plan.
Yeah. I think it sounds good. And you're doing acrylic, so it will dry fast, and then you can do oils or.
I'm going right to oils as soon as we get back after lunch.
Sounds
I want to get
good.
as much done with this as I possibly can. Yeah.
How's it going?
Hi, good.
It's beautiful.
Thank you. So I have flower fields, yellows, limited palette, woman, powerful and passionate, and sunshine. So I'm trying to now, like I was doing like an aerial view of a flower field, and then I was trying to bring in a female figure into that and make it feel passionate at the same time. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna try and make her part of the flower field.
Okay.
From an aerial view.
Yeah, that is gonna be hard. But yeah, I would just keep in mind, like try to make it more aerial view, because as it is right now, definitely don't feel that. But
okay.
If, I don't know, I could kind of see where you're going with it. Like if you had more flowers and maybe if this just didn't feel like sky and like horizon line, that would definitely help it not feel, have it like more of an aerial view.
Yeah, okay. So like maybe flower fields coming down that way.
Yes. Yeah.
Like sunshine.
Like get rid of a horizon line. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you.
Hi Bree.
Hi.
How do you like it?
So I don't know, I guess it's like okay. The neutrals is like
Hard
super,
for you.
So I'm like, okay, pastel, okay. So
Well, you got earth tones. I mean, it's definitely,
so I'm trying
you're doing it.
So I'm trying to stay with those. And I was trying to do like abstracted rivers and road sort of thing. I guess I'm like worried about, like I just put in the eagle, and it's just kind of like the top view. So
No, that's good.
and I was just gonna put a little like dry brush highlights later. But I guess I'm like worried if like this doesn't look like the hilly kind of, by the river.
Yeah, I think you
and
just
like kind of like this area, like how do I get this to like.
I mean, I think you have a really good composition. Like your plan is good, but maybe it's just what sources are you using? Like
so I kind of like wanted to be abstract like before, and then I have like kind of this. So I was putting in like these like
with your source. I would just really follow that, because that is definitely like an aerial view feeling. So with your rivers, it just like it's missing. I don't know. I guess it'll come with the details. Like you're still mapping it out, but.
So I guess like if you had anything, what would you do like here? Or could I leave
Are you gonna
kind of,
put some roads in there?
Yeah, like this has just, it's almost like just lines. Like from the aerial,
No,
it's like
that's
very.
actually, I like that.
Yeah, like it's just, I was just gonna put them in.
Okay,
like,
later, yeah.
And it's kind of like. Just,
I don't know, my
they're
only
very-
advice is just keep track of the time, because it can go by really fast, and then at the last minute you'll be hurrying, so.
Okay, so one last question then. Where do you say I'm at in like from 0 to 100% of like finished? Would you say?
I would say you're in the beginning.
Okay, so still need lots.
20% or something.
Okay.
It looks really good, Asia. I love the colors you have.
Thank you.
So, where are you gonna put your goat?
Yeah, so I've been struggling with the perspective. Like it was too landscape at first, so I'm trying to raise the horizon line and like bring this down here, because the goat was gonna go up here, but that's too flat.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
So I was gonna bring it down here, but yeah, I'm still
That's really
trying to
cool.
like figure it out. It's
Well, that
definitely
was
a
a good
challenge.
move, because if you have the horizon line up here, like we're just kind of like from a plane or something, then yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
And you probably want the goat really small.
Yeah, good point. Thank you.
Hi. So I am doing a aerial view of a waterfall, and my color scheme is orange and gold, and I have to incorporate a giraffe, rain and sunshine and overcoming. So I drew a sketch here just so I can remember what
Yeah, that's
exactly
cool.
my plan is, because sometimes we get lost in the moment and I don't really know what I'm doing. So I'm gonna start glazing in oils, and then this is all gonna be worms here. And I kind of incorporated like the giraffe skin.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering, is it just like an idea of a giraffe, or is it gonna like more abstract?
I'll show you
or-
my source. So I have the giraffe here.
interesting.
So I'm gonna do like the waterfalls falling in, and then maybe add like another one here. And then I want to keep a lot of the gold here. But as far as
Maybe
like,
I would have the hint of like the giraffe's face or something, like maybe it's like wrapping around, just because if it's just the pattern, like I don't know, it's a little bit confusing to know.
I was even thinking of doing something like this.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be good.
Okay, cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Hi, Christina. Hi. I like how you went like beyond the boundaries too. It's cool.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so I spent 45 minutes finding a source because I couldn't figure
got
out
Earth.
joyful and partly cloudy, and Earth felt really broad.
It is broad, yeah.
So
That one's open-ended.
I'm really happy with what I chose, and I think I'm just going to add, like, instead of these people walking, I'll just have bees.
Okay.
And so I feel like I'm really excited. I feel like it does
That
all the
sounds
things.
good. Yeah. I would just, make sure your colors don't get too muddy. I know it's hard because you have to paint fast, but that's the only thing I would watch out for.
Okay. Okay, do you think they're muddy now?
Just
like,
some
should I
of them.
stop
Like,
and
I like this, but like some in here and here feels a little muddy.
Yeah, I know it's hard to get.
You just need more highlights, but maybe it just
Yeah,
should dry
I'm
a
gonna do
little
that,
bit.
and I think I'm just trying to do acrylic now, and then I'll just do oil and do like all the details in oil.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
Good job.
thanks.
Okay. So Barb, what did you get?
I was the last one. 'Cause these weren't the best, but I got beach, tasteful rainbow, and dancer.
Wow.
My favorite thing to paint. And then energetic and cloudy. So aerial perspective or aerial
Very
shot was
interesting.
scaring
Now
me.
that's a really cool perspective.
And when I found that reference, like, I don't like straight lines.
But you're gonna make the beach stand
yes,
out
and then
because
the beach is coming, because that's one of them.
Yeah.
And then the shadows coming across, and then I'm gonna get more energetic with the oil paint. So
Okay.
I just wanna make sure my perspective's right, then I can go for
No,
it.
I think you have a good plan.
Good, thanks.
Yeah, I would just, I don't know. My advice is just keep going with
I
it.
know, it's at a really
Yeah.
ugly stage, it's making me nervous, but
It's
no,
okay.
get out the oil.
Yeah. All right, what did you get?
I have farmland, gold purple, dragonfly, peaceful, partly cloudy.
I like it. I like what you're doing with it.
Yeah, I was surprised with farmlands. I actually enjoy it. It's just a block, block, block.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. Maybe with oils,
Yeah,
I
I
would.
find like the details near the mountain, so that'll be like more focused, and like the contrast with the teal.
Okay.
Kind of balance it.
And then maybe just hints of, I don't know, like just some farms, or if you had like we knew like, okay, this is grain, or I don't know, something like that. Just like a little bit of detail in the,
Yeah,
but
that's a
I
cool
understand
idea.
that would be with oil, so. And then where are you putting the dragonfly?
I was just kind of gonna wing it, put them like around here somewhere. Just
Okay.
throw in one or two dragonflies.
It's really cool. I like it. It really pops and stands out.
Yeah, I was surprised because I don't use these colors, but
It's a good
like 'em a lot.
good color combination. I definitely know your theme. I remember writing this one. Really? Black and yellow.
Yeah, so I got the leopard, which I think is gonna look really good with the black and yellow.
Yeah.
And I really actually like where it's going so far.
It's really cool. Very edgy.
Do you have any suggestions?
I guess with the desert, I would make, if these are supposed to be like sand dunes, I would just, I'm guessing, like I would just make them more like more realistic to look like that.
Okay.
And maybe that will come with oils.
So these are my clouds.
Yeah.
Okay, but make these more realistic.
Yeah,
okay.
like the clouds and the sand too.
Okay.
Desert.
So I'm supposed to make it rain and sun. Do you have any suggestions? Like, cause yellow, I already have yellow because that's my theme. So should I just do like rays of light?
Yeah, like sunbeams coming down, and then maybe some rain too.
Okay, yeah, rain, and then awestruck.
That one is probably the hardest mood that we put in there.
Yeah.
And it came to me at the last minute, but
I think I'm gonna do like
with
some
your
lightning.
color palette. Yeah.
Because it's like strike of lightning.
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hey. So you got forest, gold, purple, and a Highland cow.
Yep.
It's gonna be hard.
I got my Highland cow in.
Yeah.
I like him. I think it's fun for aerial view.
Yeah.
So right now I'm just trying to like stack brush strokes to try to get like that type of look. Like the aerial.
So your forest is gonna be more just.
So I'm aiming because it's like gold and purple. I wanted to do like a forest, but in like fall.
Okay.
So I want to do like as you can see, like I'm doing a lot of reds and yellow tones because I also feel like that will help with like the romantic feeling because I also have to do rainfall.
Yeah, okay.
So I feel like fall, rain, like kind of atmosphere will help with that theme.
I think you have a really good plan going. I would just work on details to like, you know, make it more detailed, and I'm sure that's just gonna come, you know, in the next few hours, but it's hard because you only have like 3 hours, so, or 2 hours now, but it's really cool, Esther. I like this a lot.
I'm struggling with making a storm feeling. Like I have lighting, but it's kind of...
Yeah, it's whimsical. Maybe just have some more clouds, and maybe with oils like scumbling, having really soft, blurry clouds, then it would make, because I feel like you do have like the moodiness of a storm happening. Maybe you could look up aerial views of storms, and maybe there's like, you could do like a spiral of something, like if clouds are going in a spiral, then that would feel like a storm. So.
And these butterflies.
Yeah, the butterflies need to pop. Yeah.
Why do you do this? Or maybe.
All right, everyone, 10 seconds left. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and brushes down. Brushes down, everyone, brushes down. Great job, everyone. You just completed your first part of challenge 1. And so after a lunch break, you guys will have another 2 hours to work on your paintings and complete them. All right, everyone, are you ready for the second part of your very first main challenge?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. How's everyone feeling?
Excited.
Yeah. Well, you guys have 2 hours to complete your painting. You have no limitations at all whatsoever with your materials. You can use whatever you would like. And I wish you guys all the best. And I can't wait to see what you guys create. So your final part of the first challenge begins in 3, 2, 1, go.
Go for it. I have confidence in you.
The best thing about art is that it teaches us to find peace within ourselves, and it's only through practicing it that you learn.
In general, it's a little bit of an inner battle with me when I'm painting because I'm a very like go for it personality, very direct. I've always just been really driven and had that bent of like, if I wanted to do something, I was always just trying to figure out exactly how I could get it done, and I was always chasing something.
My little cow. I love my little cow.
It's hard because I feel like your art correlates in your life. And so when you're dealing with struggles in your life and you just like don't know where you're going, I had to realize that certain things in my life to put myself first. I was able to like heal myself when I really I had to be open about it, and I had to be emotional, and that's why the tears.
What about the $25,000 if you win? Didn't that make you want to do it? The prize?
It's fine. I can make it with art.
One that stands out was an abstract painting that I started just for myself. It wasn't for anything in particular, but it was just like an experiment, and it was a really large canvas. I think it was like 60 by 60 or something. I started like adding drips to it, and it started like falling, and it just felt like rain to me, like falling from the clouds, and felt in my spirit that it should be called provision. Basically what I felt from that painting was that God was saying like, I'm opening up the heavens to you, you know, and like my provision is with you, and like this is gonna sell, and you're not gonna have to worry about it, like you're on the right path. So I remember just having to like stop and actually cry, because it was just like so, it just impacted me so much to feel that from this painting, and you know, not expecting anything from it, and I just felt like it was gonna be okay, and it did sell, and it was amazing.
I love experimenting with the sunset/sky colors, so reds, oranges, yellows, blues, purples, white and black, just like the contrasting and like the glow is just very inspiring to me, and I think that a lot of people resonate with those colors because they're extremely contrasting and powerful at the same time if used correctly.
I was painting at an art show, and a gentleman came up and wanted to know what's the story behind it. And so I began explaining it was a picture of a lady and was obviously a storm rolling through, and I said, and I have this song that goes with it too. I said I played it the whole time I painted this picture. And so he was like, well, can I hear the song? So I'm like, okay, yeah, let me find it. So I played it for him, and he wept. He just cried, and I was like, oh Lord, I don't know what to do. He left, and I went immediately around to one of the more experienced artists, and I was like, what do you do when somebody cries? And he goes, you just mark it down. And I was like, excuse me? He goes, that's good. That means that what you painted and what was in your heart got to them. You just mark it down. And he goes, see how many marks you get.
Somebody tell a joke.
No kidding. I know, I'm so serious.
Okay. Why shouldn't you brush your teeth with your left hand?
Why?
Because a toothbrush works a lot better.
Oh, I fell for it. Oh no.
I fell for it.
That's a dad joke.
Yep, that's pretty much the only variety I've got. So,
What's the
sorry,
last
guys.
It's gonna be a long painting session.
What's the last thing that goes through a bug's mind before it hits the windshield?
Your windshield wiper.
Ew. What's the answer? His butt.
Oh. That's awful. That's like gonna sit with me for a minute. The last painting I did felt like a breakthrough painting, and then I came here. So I haven't yet gotten to have that next one that sort of opens into what that meant. I really find a lot of value in these small, beautiful pockets of life that sort of whisk by. It's these small moments that really make up a life, and I think to me that's really exciting, and in art, just being able to put those beautiful pockets of life into art, being able to breathe and be remembered.
Oh, I can't do straight lines.
Yes, you can.
I can, yes, I can.
You can do anything, everything.
I have confidence in sunshine.
I love that song.
Yeah, aren't we allowed to have a lifeline?
If you want, yeah, you can use it.
What if they're busy?
That's a good point. I mean, I just call them and I say, hey, I'm really sorry, you have to drop it. Somebody use the lifeline.
Everything, this is...
You only get 30 minutes with them though.
That's
Wow, that's a long time.
It's a long time.
That's good. That is a yeah.
Because like they can do stuff to our painting, correct?
Yeah.
Get away.
Well, do you really want to use your lifeline in the very first episode? That's not an elimination round.
Down like this.
You know, 2 hours is not long enough. I need to hustle.
Just the background, starting back to front. Working on cools right now. Basically just winging it. Whatever I think looks nice.
I'm feeling really good. I'm glad I got all of my acrylics done, and now I can have the last 2 hours to focus on oil painting, which is really nice that I don't have to keep doing acrylics because oil takes a lot longer than acrylics. So I'm really excited. Oil paint is what I prefer. So I'm excited to get to do what I like for the last 2 hours.
Yeah, right now I am just finishing up with acrylics, so I'm cleaning off my palette and getting set to start my oils, which I'm excited about because that's usually when you can really see the piece kind of like liven up and change. So I'm excited to add like some darks and shadows into it to see how I can kind of bring everything forward. So yes.
Hey. It's doing all right. Started with oils to give it a bit more depth. It's a little bit challenging because usually I do glazes first and then let it dry and then do opaques, but now I don't have time for it, so it's behaving a little bit differently, but it's kind of cool.
My next plan is put some buffalo in here. And then I gotta create a storm. Gotta get going.
I am trying to merge the two. So I'm trying to make this lovely lady here look like she is part of the flower fields, and make it look more like an aerial view, and that the sunshine is also incorporated. I almost completely changed it coming in, and I just decided to stick with it and not put extra pressure on myself, just to make this concept work. So
doing good. Yeah.
Are you being honest?
I am being honest. I am liking where it's going. I need to like finish up in like 30 minutes or so and then go straight to oils so that I could do some glazing and really bring in, like, you can blend better, which you're not supposed to blend all the time, but you can just mix those colors a little bit better with oil. So I'm excited for that because like I can't fully do everything I'm wanting to do right now, but it dries fast, so.
Yeah, it's going.
I had to do some like reconstructive stuff because my perspective was off. So I'm feeling better about it. And I'm still in acrylics, about to go to oils. So hopefully that will make a big difference. Yeah. Digging deep now.
I am doing pretty good, I think. I'm just worried about the time constraint because 4 hours to paint something is not enough time, it feels like, and I've never painted on circle canvas before, so I feel like I'm struggling a little bit with the composition, but I am going to do my best and try to finish it in the next 2 hours, so wish me luck.
I know you've got it.
I know you got it.
I'm excited to see it. Hi.
I love it.
I feel really happy. I feel like I'm moving so much faster than I expected, and that is a surprise, let me tell you. But yeah, I got in here and I did mark making first, so I did some markers and stuff before moving into oil. I'm in oil, I'll probably stay in oil for the rest of the 2 hours. Mine sort of feels a little bit abstract, so the next thing I need to do is add in, instead of these people, they're gonna be my bees. So I hope I'm gonna like give myself maybe like at least 45 minutes to try to do those. I don't know if my perspective is quite right yet. But I like how it's feeling. It feels pretty nice.
What you doing? Looking up dragonflies. I need to figure out. I want to put it like around here, but with the perspective, it has to be kind of tiny. But I don't want it to like take away from everything here. I want the focus to be the landscape, so I'm trying to do some tiny dragonflies. Not really sure exactly how I'm gonna do it yet, but we're winging it.
So actually, I'm just now realizing I have no idea where my warms and cools are in this picture. I don't have a gauge.
"40 minutes has elapsed."
Oh my, what? That's crazy.
Just about on schedule of where I wanted to be, but still that somehow feels really fast.
If you were looking at this, do you see yellow or do you only see green?
Only green.
Okay.
Like this, I guess, is kind of yellow.
Yeah, it's just
but mainly green.
Okay, thank you.
I always looked at abstracts and they were okay, but they never really moved me until I took the course and she had us paint 2 abstracts and I realized how difficult they are. They're actually pretty hard. So I have a new appreciation for abstracts and recently have found that I like to paint realism and abstracts together. And I think Ellie calls that abstract realism.
I have taken so many pictures over the years and I like to use them as my own sources of art, and taking pictures of bald eagles and birds of prey are really inspiring to me, and I just love the power and freedom that they represent.
I'm bringing everything I have and putting it all out on the line, so I'm very determined and I'm ready to prove myself and go beyond my own boundaries and expectations, so watch out.
I had some art in an art show and I was standing next to an artwork and somebody was looking at it for a long time and then walked away. Like, it goes again. I'm not really speaking to people. And yet about an hour later, she came back and said, I just have to ask you, why do you do these certain marks in your paintings? And I told her the story, that I see things behind things, that not everything we see is the whole truth. There's hidden mysteries in everyone and everything. And she said, I was just so drawn to this painting, but I couldn't understand it. And you just opened it up for me, and I'm gonna take it. And she cried, and it's worth everything to touch somebody at that level.
Does anyone feel like they're already done?
No.
No.
No, not even close.
You're always with one part of it. Now I'm in trouble.
Does anyone feel like they're halfway done?
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe.
You'd hope that we all feel that way. But
Oh, I like how you're using the shadows, Andrea.
Thanks. Little giraffes.
Mm-hmm.
They're going on a journey to overcoming the mountain.
Ah, cool.
Because they're like climbing up.
Telling a story.
Yeah, I'm trying. Doing my best.
I didn't know
I like
I
your
actually
texture,
needed
Ree.
clouds.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're like so far the only one I've seen with texture. So uniqueness.
That's good. That's good.
Not 100% sure if that's neutral earth tones.
So you think more white?
Yeah, like if you mix more stuff with like towards gray and towards white, it just, to me, it feels way more pink than neutral.
But it's supposed to be dreamy.
Yeah, so I mean, you could do dreamy with like clouds and stuff, because like,
okay.
I don't know. I
So
mean,
get rid of
it's
the
your
pink.
piece. So,
Yeah, so more
the other
beige.
colors.
More beige.
Neutrals.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say more beige.
All right.
Jake, would you say this is orange or yellow?
That's definitely orange.
Okay, because
100%.
this is orange with white.
Yeah.
Okay, because it kind of looks like yellow. Thanks, Jake.
No, it's, if you, like, this is more yellow, I would say, than yours for sure.
Okay. Thank
and
you.
even that's yellow too, but
Okay.
yours is definitely orange.
Okay.
Looks really good.
It's not limited palette yellow though, is it?
It's not very limited palette. Yeah, I don't know, maybe you just want to like mix some yellow in, or like kind of on some of the greener parts to more like neutrals.
Yeah. Yeah, the greens are there for the underneath. So I'm just gonna really start to just try and get all the flowers on top.
Yeah, just layering will help with the color, I think. And then, you know, on all other areas, I think you're doing really well. Like powerful and passionate, you definitely get that feeling from it. I think especially passionate. It's like she's bursting with flowers and joy. Maybe try rendering out her eye a little bit more. I mean, there's lots to focus on, so.
Yeah.
I'll let you be.
Cool. Thank you for your help.
You also have a little bit of paint on your mouth. Just
I do?
right on your lips.
Green.
Right.
I'm eating paint too.
It's from Roxanne.
I know. You all want to be like me, don't you?
You gotta stop kissing Roxanne.
Like my.
Cut that out, Dave. Wow. Are those yet buffaloes? Cool.
Well, I think they are.
No, I mean, this one looks a little bit like a little piggy or hyena, but actually, especially hyena because of the short legs in the back. But they look really good. I mean, especially considering how tiny they are, it's amazing. My one thing is you might want to have some like, I guess you can't really have different size ones because aerial view. Yeah, no, that's right.
I'll fix that one guy. He does look a little tubby to me.
You did a good job doing like different variety of scale though with the clouds, I think.
Okay.
Might want to soften a little bit.
Oh yeah, this is the first layer.
Okay.
I was
the first
saving.
layer.
I'm saving.
Saving the next 3 layers for the last 30 minutes.
Pretty much. That was my plan, Jake.
This is really good.
Thanks. I think I have to stop sometimes.
You gonna stop?
I don't know, like it's usually I do like 80-90% in oil. I mean in acrylic.
Yeah.
And then I do like 10% in oil, and here I like switched for the whole second part to oil. So I think like I'm gonna kill this butterfly. And
Yeah. You're just gonna completely wipe it out? Yeah, you know, honestly, it kind of looks like a flower more than a butterfly, if I'm being 100% honest. I think it's because of the, like the way, like there's a lot of space right there in between the wing. So I don't know what you were using as a source, but.
all kinds of things. I mean, oops.
You got it. Wow, bold, Esther. She just wiped out her butterfly.
Oh, you just wiped out the whole butterfly?
Okay, watch. No, that's gonna be too risky.
I like your butterflies. They were blue at first.
Yeah, there are all kinds of things.
Yeah? Is that what it is, Esther?
They're all kinds of things.
Well, it's
That's
still
a good
ugly.
observation. They're all of it.
All of them.
So what are you gonna do with the butterfly now instead?
Pretty much the same.
Oh, okay. Just redo
It's just like, you know, when something is like too simple,
it. Yeah, it's oversimplified.
it's hard to make it realistic somehow. I don't know.
Well, you're doing great. It looks really good. So
Thanks.
I'll leave it to it. All right, Isaac. Doing really good with your color.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to like golden it up a little bit more. Like, but that I kind of had anticipated that, like for my top layer, to add most of the yellow at the end. So.
Romantic. That is such a tough mood to.
I don't do romantic paintings, dude.
Yeah.
I do graffiti.
Yeah, I know. Wow, I can't. I'm trying to think, what would I do if it was a romantic painting?
You know, I was trying to like convey the whole like romantic feeling through like the way that I kind of did the clouds and like the rainfall. Because I'm actually really happy with how the rainfall looks from like an aerial point of view. But I don't know. Yeah, the romance one is. Yeah.
Well, you did a really good job rendering that buffalo. Highland cow, sorry.
Thank you.
Not buffalo. They look the same to me.
I like my Highland cow.
Yeah, it's shaggy. It's a shaggy buffalo.
I know. He's my new spirit animal. The Highland cow. I like him.
I would say though, try to render out the trees a little bit more.
I know. I'm trying.
Yeah, just it's super tough because you have that color palette with the trees. So maybe add some more dark purple, like almost black, like some more blacks in there
to shape them.
Yeah, but not all over, just in speckled areas, and that'll kind of help give it more depth too. I think if you add some more of the darkest darks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then other than that, with the road, I think you should render out the road a little bit more, because honestly, I couldn't tell that it was a road at first. And so I think that otherwise it's a little bit distracting.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So other than that though, you're doing great, especially with, what you got. It's a really tough combination, so.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
That is really coming together, Sawyer.
Thank you.
Looks really good.
Thank you.
Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, in the beginning, I was a little bit worried.
Oh, really?
Because, it just looked like, I don't know. But once you started doing the clouds, I think the clouds really tied it together. You did a good job adding a lot of variety of brush strokes, and Yeah, it's looking good.
Thank you.
I would say, is that lightning?
Yes.
I would try to render out the lightning a little bit more.
Okay.
Just because it's a little bit streaky and it's not super refined. So
Okay.
yeah, just
I was gonna do some like radiant yellow, maybe.
Radiant
Through
yellow.
Yeah, like through the middle.
Yeah,
So it's
definitely.
glowing, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm black and yellow, so.
Cool. And then for the sandhills,
Yes.
the one thing is I like your brush strokes, but it feels like I like that a lot.
Okay.
But you know, take it or leave it. It's not going to affect what you like if you take my advice or not. So that goes for everyone.
No, I would love all the advice I can get. I'm setting this up to be my ray of light.
Oh, that's
for
super
this
cool.
section. If you think that looks good, but if not, I can reroute.
No, I think that looks really
So
good.
I'm just gonna do like white.
I wasn't sure. I like that a lot, and I was
Okay.
gonna say you should do more of that. But
Oh.
if you're gonna have that be the ray of sunshine, then it
Yeah.
totally makes sense to have that just be like that. So that
Different.
way it's different from the rest. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. And then I would just render out the leopard a little bit more.
Yeah.
If you have time to.
Right.
But otherwise, you did a great job with the leopard.
Thank
so.
you. Yeah, I hope I have time for detail, like little dots, sweats.
Yeah, it's tough. Looks really cool, Michael.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I want to make this little one a cornfield, so I'll do like tiny little things.
Oh, that's smart. What did you get again? Peaceful
farmland.
Farmland.
Peaceful, partly cloudy, farmland, golden purple, and what was that last one?
The dragonfly. Oh yeah, I see the dragonfly. That's cool. I like how they're going around that swirl. It's like yin and yang almost.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know where to put them, because if I put them down here, they would blend in.
Yeah, totally.
And then over there it wouldn't work, so I was like, I guess I just gotta throw them right there.
The one thing that I would say, like critiquing wise, is compositionally, it's sort of like half split in half, like this and that. So I'm thinking if you like brought this down a little bit or moved these up a little bit.
Maybe make some more like mountains and stuff.
Yeah, that way it's not, because right now it kind of
Yeah, I
feels
see
like
what you're saying. It's like
just like,
cut in half.
this and that, cut in half, so. But other than that, you did a great job incorporating the colors and the dragonflies, all of it, so.
Thanks.
Good job, yeah. Whoa, that's so detailed, Barb. That looks really good.
Yeah, and energy.
It's really coming together. Oh, and I see the beach. Okay, I was
know
gonna
this,
say.
like, oh, that beach. I know. Demetra said, "Watch the beach," and then all her fabric. Like there's the beach.
Whoa, yeah,
But isn't that
so
a cool picture?
Yeah.
And then, oh shoot! So I tried to calm down that a little bit. So I need to play with that beach.
Honestly, though, I'm incredibly impressed that you were able to get all this done in this short amount of time.
Oh, yeah.
It's like that's a lot.
Perspective. I'll never do it again. No more perspective.
No, yeah, that's super tough. Yeah, really good. The one thing is I would love to see a little bit more rainbow in there because it feels like it's a blue piece rather than like you have blue and red.
Yeah.
And then the only green is this little green and the only yellow is that.
And it was like, this was the middle and then it would rainbow out.
Okay.
And that's what this was, and then it kind of disappeared. So I need to start bringing up some yellows and greens.
Yeah, I think just little tiny bits in places because it is a tasteful rainbow. It's not. So you're doing.
Puke and Skittles?
Yeah, you're
Okay.
doing really good.
Thanks.
I like it a lot.
Good, thank you.
And then it's super cool. I don't have much for you. That's really good.
Thanks.
Very energetic too.
Oh, good.
Yeah. All right, I'll let you be.
All right.
You guys are all doing really great.
How you're gonna need blue.
Oh my gosh. This leopard is so small.
Oh, the bird actually is looking so thoughtful. It's funny, it's when I hear like phrases like that and stuff that make me realize how sarcastic my family is.
When I hear what?
Oh, yes. Okay, it's coming to life.
Yep. Brain thoughts.
We won't tell if you give us an hour tomorrow.
No one will ever.
Like the way you
No one will ever know. Things will die.
Art is my passion and my destiny and like my career, and that's the only thing I ever done, and like it's the only thing I will be doing for the rest of my life. My like process of searching like what is my destiny is, could I be an artist that I want to be? Those are the people who make impact and they make difference and have a voice.
Please.
Wanna come get them?
It will be.
Whoa, so intense. Love it.
Thank you. It's awestruck, so I hope it's awe-striking.
Awe-striking. That's a word.
Yeah.
Inspiring.
I guess I think about different people having different qualities in reaching the finals. For example, Esther has a lot of travel experience and she's painted in a lot of different circumstances and settings. Barb Gomez is a wonderful example of, she's been a high school art teacher. She's painted in all different kinds of genres. She's done all kinds of things because of her job and requiring, and she does really well with students. And, you know, so she's got a lot of history. She's got a lot in her little bag of tricks. So there's a lot of people who are here, they have a lot of enthusiasm. So sometimes that's what triumphs is. They're excited and they're enthusiastic, and it doesn't matter about experience. So, you know, I think it's anybody's game. I truly do.
Romeo just looking for love in this forest.
Yeah. Yep. I watched
It'll
one
take
episode.
all my days.
Nope. I watched a bad call.
Yeah.
Nice black lines.
Oh, I like your buffalo.
You can see them?
Yes. Cute little herd walking by.
Painting is a place where I can come and get to know myself and give myself a yes and get to know myself, really. That's it.
I think for me, it just goes as something exciting. Like, I get to say, like, yeah, I might be the youngest one here, but you know, like, I'm here because I want to be here. I'm here because I'm ready to try and kind of see where I can go.
I think that would be the best, would just be Asia and I at the end.
It's not just about painting, it's all the other variables and stuff, so like, it could be anything.
We love each other and we both want each other to do really well, but we're also maybe each other's big competition.
15 minutes left.
Did you say 15?
Yeah, 1-5.
Alright.
My two main competitors here would be Esther and Alana. I feel like they have a lot of experience, especially Esther. She's been doing art since she was 14. Alana as well. Alana is really talented, and I feel like she works very fast.
Honestly, I feel like everyone's a competitor, but for sure I would say Esther because she has probably the most experience, I guess, and has a really strong style, a really strong voice.
11 minutes remaining.
And I'm already sort of, okay, who's my big competition? And there's a lot. I can't even imagine, like my good friend Roxanne has got some skills. And so she's the one I think I'm most watching, but there's more. There's Michael I've been watching him on Instagram just take off in New York.
For me, I think the two people that I am not worried about, but I'm keeping my eye on is one, Roxanne Bryan. She has an amazing style. She is incredibly talented and has way more years of painting experience than I do. So I wouldn't say I'm like threatened, but I just know that she's a person to look out for. She's extremely talented. The other person is actually Esther, who is also equally as talented. And I'm also a collector of Esther, so I know her work is good because I bought it.
All right, everyone, there are only 5 minutes left of the very first main challenge that you guys are participating in. It is time to go. It's time to get those last details in, make any final touches that you need to make, any adjustments. Now's the time.
What do you think, Esther?
Oh, stressed.
I'm glad you said something I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have at all.
I wish I had another hour. I think oftentimes I paint and I don't know why I'm painting the subject matter or how I'm going to paint it or how it's going to turn out. I just paint it. And I don't even really know a lot what my artwork is about. Like what is my artwork trying to say as a whole? And I sit and stare at it a lot and think about it. And it really impacted me. My father came into my art studio one day and he was looking at my art and he just was walking around and staring at it and not saying anything. And it's really awful when people walk up to your art and they don't say anything because you're like, what are they thinking? But what do they see? But I'm sitting there going through all the possibilities in my mind that he's thinking about, and he's very quiet, which is unlike him. And he's looking at all the pieces and he finally said, it's like I'm looking into heaven. And to connect the dots, like it connected my body of work for me. Like he said it and I didn't even know that, and it just resonated with my spirit.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brush this down.
It's like Niger Rush.
Yeah.
How does everyone feel?
Stressed.
Exhausted. I hope that was the hardest one. For me, it might be, honestly.
You know, if we could do this same challenge over, I'd do it totally different.
Same. I don't even know what I would have done.
Okay, one word from each person. Summarize your experience.
Oh gosh, okay. First.
Overwhelming.
Intense.
Complicated.
A little disappointed.
Wow. We have words of like, wow.
Challenging?
I'm just gonna go with Highland Cow, man. That's it. That's all I need.
Intense.
Enjoyable.
Stressful.
All right, so you guys just completed your first challenge, and as you know, after hearing your guys' feedback, we know that you guys all almost all had quite a difficult time. It only gets harder from here, so.
That's perspective, though.
We're not laughing, Jake. I was laughing.
No, this was one of the more difficult challenges we wanted you guys to experience, but I'm not going to lie, there are going to be tougher challenges than this. So some of you definitely had it worse than others in terms of subject matter, so that's always tough when, it's just the luck of the draw in that sense. But you guys all, I think, did really well with the cards that you drew and the cards that you were dealt, I should say. And, from here, you'll find out the score that the judges give you guys in the next episode. So you guys are going to be scored out of 100 points by several different judges, and it's going to be an average of all the judges' scores together.